traveling again, and this time traveling to Shanghai and then to Melbourne, and it's another 12 hours I think, and then 12 hours from Shanghai to Melbourne, so quite a long flight, so hopefully we'll go quick. I'm all checked in for my flight to Shanghai, and I'm only transiting there as I'm only there for 5 hours, and then I'm flying to Melbourne, and it is actually 103rd flight this year, so whoops. And yeah, I'm flying China Eastern for the first time. I've just arrived at Shanghai Pudong International Airport, and it was my first flight with China Eastern, and I would say staff was very friendly, airline itself was okay, however food, maybe I wasn't lucky, but it wasn't really my taste. But the flight itself was okay. I've managed to sleep as I had 2 seats free next to me, so I could lay in a little bit. But I've got now 4 hours in Shanghai. I've just arrived in Melbourne and I've spent more than 30 hours traveling, so I'm a bit tired, but I'm not jet lagged. So, but the immigration took only 5 minutes maybe. They just took out my passport and let me through. My baggage was already waiting, and it's actually my second time in Australia. That's the room. That was it. And a note or something, and a nice view. One of the first things I've been impressed about Melbourne is the free public transport within the city centre. So you can actually travel within the city for free. So you don't need to be scared, there won't be any ticket inspector, and you don't need to validate any ticket. As long as you're within the UTV.
We are currently in the free tram zone. Trips entirely within this zone are free, so you don't need to touch on your Mikey.
Good morning, that's my day 2 in Melbourne, or actually shall I say good day. And today I'm a bit luckier with the weather as it's sunny, because you can see. However, the weather here is a little bit like in Scotland. You never know how it's going to be each day, as it's really changing quite often. And an interesting point about the trams, it covers 250 kilometers and is the largest world's tram network, which I didn't know. I've just arrived at St Kilda Beach. That's where I start my sightseeing today, and I'm still happy with the weather. The sky is blue. I'm going to walk towards the pier where you can get the nice view of the skyline. I'm at the St Kilda's pier where you can actually admire the quite pretty skyline of Melbourne behind me. And I'm quite impressed because it's not as busy as I thought it would be, as it's obviously Saturday, so I thought it would be quite busy. One of the things you have to do when you visit Melbourne is to try the local coffee, as apparently Melbourne is the world's capital of coffee. So, na zdrowie. I'm visiting Brighton Beach, which is the place of the boat houses, or shall I say huts. Each hut is made of different colors, different features, like this one of fish. But it's a place full of tourists, it's quite hard to get a picture. I'm just in the front of Victoria State Parliament, which you can see behind me, and actually it served as a temporary parliament of Australia. I'm just checking, from 1901 to 1927, and that's when as well Melbourne was the temporary capital of the state. However, there was a small argument between Sydney and Melbourne about where the parliament should be based, and this is why Canberra was built to host the capital of Australia today. I'm just about to explore a bit of a nightlife in Melbourne, and I must say that there's more people out there at night than during the day, but I guess because it's weekend as well. And I'm at the Yarra River. I'm just going to have a stroll around the river, along the river, just to see if I can find something myself to eat. I've decided to start my last day in Melbourne by visiting Queen Victoria Market. As I've been told, there is variety of food from all over the world in a quite good price. So if you are on a low budget, it's a good place to get something to eat. I've just had a little bit of look around and it's all amazing. Really, you can get so many things, different kinds of meats. I mean, beef and stuff, but like they have different flavors, they're marinated and stuff, and with things from all over the world. Polish section in Victoria Market, so I'm quite happy. It makes me feel like home. I've got quite a big variety of meats, so quite surprised. Although I thought there's no Polish section, that'd be good. I'm just on the top of the Eureka Tower, which is the highest building in Melbourne, and it's a good spot to admire the beautiful skyline and all attractions from above. And it's 297 meters long, tall, sorry, should I say. Good day. I'm just about to leave Melbourne after 3 nice relaxing days here, and I'm about to go to Hobart, to Tasmania. One of the things that is quite typical in Australia when you travel by plane is that you basically print your luggage label and you check in the luggage yourself.
Monday the 7th of October. Welcome to Hobart, local time 9:31am. On behalf of the crew, thank you for choosing to fly us here at Qantas and One World. We trust we enjoyed the flight. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
I've just arrived in Hobart, and that's where I will stay for the next 2 days. And actually, just to say, Hobart is in Tasmania, it's the largest city here, and that's where I will have a relaxing nature break, I guess. Borneo Island, and I'm on the north side still, and soon I'll cross the spit, which you can see behind me, and that's where the southern side is. This place actually reminds me of New Zealand, of the Southern Island, Queenstown area, and yeah, it's probably the nicest place I've seen in Australia so far. It's really stunning. It's just really cold, as you can see, and I still feel cold even though I'm in this jacket, and that's what I took with me on this holiday. And the interesting fact is that this side, if you take a boat, you could get as far as Chile. Dave, how are you feeling?
Good.
So you find stunning?
It's a nice view, isn't it?
Yeah. Even though the weather is not really great, I could just stay here for hours and just watch the sea and enjoy the beautiful view. And I think the weather here, even though it's kind of like Scottish, gives it a climate, like an atmosphere. just at the end of the Burney Island where the lighthouse is, and I just can't believe how beautiful this place is. It reminds me really of Scotland. It's quite sort of Scotland and Ireland together. I'm just about to climb the Mount Wellington. But the mountain is not the tallest in Tasmania. I just checked. It's actually the tallest in Hobart. But it's a good spot to see that. So I really love it. Love it here. How are you feeling in the mountains? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Pretty cold today though, isn't it, with the snow?
So I eventually managed to reach the top of Wellington Mountain. I would thought there was actually snow here, and I never thought I would see snow in Australia, and I'm quite underdressed for the place. I'm now in the historic part of Hobart at the Kelly Steps, which take you to the historic village. I'm just now in central Hobart, and I would say this place is absolutely amazing. It's really good for a nice city break where we want to relax and also get a little bit of nature. I've taken a district line from central London to Richmond, but a bit different Richmond as it is still in Tasmania.
Australia's oldest existing jail, still in its original preservation.
I'm just visiting Richmond Prison, which is the oldest prison in Australia, dating to 1825, and that's where all the convicts were sent. I think for British Empire actually. So a lot of people were sentenced here, and from what I've been told, the methods here were quite cruel and conditions. I'm just at Hobart Airport, and I'm about to travel to Adelaide to see another capital of the state in Australia.
welcome to Adelaide. The local time is 25 minutes past 4.
I've just arrived in Adelaide and I will stay for the next 24 hours. I don't really know what to expect from the city except skyscrapers and pools. I'm just now in the city centre of Adelaide and I must say that I'm quite impressed with the city. So far the buildings look quite historic and pretty, and actually in every corner you find something old. So it does look impressive, and I personally think it may look even prettier than Melbourne, which I think a lot of people think it's better. But because I didn't have any expectations of this place, I'm quite surprised positively, so it looks nice. And I'm lucky with the weather today, as it's probably the best weather I've had so far in my Australian trip. But what I would say about Adelaide, it looks like, and it is, a planned city, which obviously means it's been built with a purpose, for a purpose. And I would say it can be compared to some cities, obviously in the United States, but also to former communist states. However, in some way like Warsaw, which obviously was rebuilt in an old way, and parts of it were built in a practical, modernist way. Outside Australian Parliament, I meant to say a different Australian Parliament, but this Parliament governs South Australian state, and there is some demonstration at the moment about climate change or things like that. It looks like some art galleries in Berlin. I'm just visiting Glenelg, which is a suburb in Adelaide, and I must say I'm really happy to be here. The weather is amazing. This suburb is really cute because you've got a beach, all of these restaurants. It makes you feel like you're in a summer resort, and I'm also having fish and chips, which obviously makes me feel like I'm back in the UK. I'm just at Glenelg Cave and I'm just walking around the beach and enjoying the nice atmosphere, and lots of people are jumping here, off of here, which I think is a little bit dangerous, but they know what they're doing, I guess it's okay. And yeah, I'm quite lucky with the weather here as well, because Melbourne and Tasmania was quite bad. And water, or should I say ocean, the water is really warm once you actually get in, and a lot of people are swimming and enjoying their spring swim. Yeah, that's funny. Cześć. 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 I'm just about to leave Adelaide, and I would say that I really recommend this place, and for me so far it's the nicest place in Australia, surprisingly. I've just arrived at the Gold Coast, in the east coast of Australia, and I'll leave for one night before I'm going to New Zealand to Auckland tomorrow. I am just at Kolgata Beach, and it's only 10 minutes away from the airport. So far I come here before I come my flight to Auckland. And that's probably my last visit to the sea, as obviously it's Auckland in Europe, so I'm really happy. It's swimming, surfing. Really nice. I wish I had more hours here to just relax. It's still a bit cold, but once we're into water it's quite warm. Waves are quite big. I'm back at Gold Coast Airport, so I wasn't really here for a long time. It was only transit. It was nice to see the beach and stuff. However, yeah, now I'm flying to New Zealand, Auckland for the weekend.